we thought this was going to be a tight, kind of nervy affair. It was anything but,
Well, a
really.
Champions League final, semi-final, sorry, you would expect to be tight. And I'm sure there's been occasions, the odd occasion there hasn't been. But this wasn't close as a contest. Not close. It got a little closer in the second half. The fact that Milan are still only 2 goals behind is a minor miracle. They were embarrassingly bad in that first 45. Kieran Tomori had terrible games, but you can't pinpoint it all on the 2 centre-backs. The midfield was non-existent from a defensive aspect or from a challenging aspect. You know, fighting for second balls, good shape. And they allowed Inter to completely swarm all over them. And, you know, Inter played some great stuff, created chances. Every time they went forward, they looked as if they were going to get a strike on goal or a shot on target. Their only disappointment will be this game really should have been absolutely dead and buried. Now, you look at it and say, well, it probably is, but, you know, Milan can't play as poorly, surely, in the second leg. And that's the only downside from Inter's perspective, because they created a lot of chances.
When you're not a dominant team, and I think we can all agree that Milan is not a dominant team, and neither is Inter for that matter, but certainly Milan, you have to pay attention to details, to certain things that are going to keep the game close for you at the beginning of the match. So I don't quite understand, and this is one of the few things that you can script in our game, set pieces and defending set pieces. How anybody who's putting a matchup together for Milan says, you know who's going to pick up Dzeko, one of the tallest guys? Calabria, one of the shortest guys. It doesn't make sense. Physically, it doesn't make sense. And so what you get is essentially Dzeko doing what he has done over the course of his career, shoving the defender out of the way and finishing the chance. That's lack of attention to detail. The second goal, you have Mkhitaryan starting his run behind Tonali. Behind Tonali, for at least 5 yards behind him. And he makes an effort to get beyond Tonali and get to the top of the 18-yard box all by himself, while Tonali's still giving it a slow jog. So to the point that Craig is making, it's not just the center back, it's not just the defending of the back four, but the lack of defending out of the midfield. You're not tracking a runner who's going towards the top of the 18-yard box. The back line is nowhere to be found. Mkhitaryan must have thought, well, I'm just making a run here to try to get myself in a dangerous position. And as he takes that first touch forward, there is no opposition. He's taking a first touch forward, top of the 18-yard box, inside the 18-yard box, face-to-face with Mike Maignan, and there's nobody to challenge. It shouldn't happen. Those things for a team that is trying to find their way into a Champions League final, a team that is not dominant, that is limited in the attack, that perhaps their biggest threat in the attack is out injured, Rafael Leao, you have to manage those moments much better than Milan did. They're very fortunate that they're still in this, if you think indeed they are.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.